Yo, what's up? This is your boy Taj, and this is my first video in the series, and inshallah, God willing, every one of you will enjoy this that I'm doing, and hopefully I continue to find topics that I want to discuss. But I have a lot of things on my mind that I want to talk about, and it's just things that I think about in my personal life as I'm striving to be a better person here on earth. What I'm going to do is start off reading 2 narrations and then going into my topic of discussion. Preserve your tongue from idle talk, because the majority of the sins committed by the son of Adam is due to the tongue only. No other part of the body commits more sin than the tongue. The next narration. When Allah wishes to bless his servant, then he helps him in controlling his tongue. Instead of finding the faults in others, Allah keeps him busy and looking at his own defect. Those who speak less, their intelligence is complete and their hearts are pure. Those who speak more, their intelligence is incomplete and their hearts are hard. A God-fearing man's tongue should be behind his heart. First, he should think, then he should speak justly. Otherwise, he should keep quiet. Think about that for a second. That means a lot to me simply because I hear a lot of people with the statement, I can say whatever it is I want to say. It don't matter. I don't care what nobody think of me. And we don't realize the words that are coming out of our mouths can hurt other people as well as hurt ourselves. People don't think in long terms of those effects. So I really wanted to really focus on those 2 things. The majority of the sins that we do is not physical. It's really the words that come out of our mouth. And we live in a society where violence and cracks and talking about people making light of situations is the norm. We need to watch what we're saying about other people and how we treat other people. You know, after we leave here, we have somewhere else to go and we have to answer for the things that we do. For people that know me know that I'm a quiet person by nature. I choose to keep the people that I hang around very limited and a very small group core of people. And even those people don't see me a lot. The conversations that we have are very general topic, not really discussing other people. I strongly believe small mind discuss people, average mind discuss events, and more intelligent minds, they discuss ideas. And I like to talk about ideas and ideology and religion, but I think of things abstract, and I've always been that type of person to think abstract and out of the box when it comes to things. Anyway, but I digress. Getting on talking about, how words can hurt other people. We all know how it leads to, suicide, killing themselves due to what people are saying, and cyberbullying, and we need to watch what it is we say and really pay attention and focus on what we're saying and the words that are coming out of our mouth. If we have nothing nice to say, we shouldn't be saying anything at all. If we have nothing positive to say or constructive to say, we shouldn't be saying anything at all. And don't take a wise joke or crack or talking about someone and say, you're trying to make them better. Inshallah, in a future video, I'll be able to talk about the right way to offer advice to people. Let me talk about a situation where a social media network, I'll just put it that way. I saw something that went across my timeline that made me think about the usage of how we use words in vain and don't realize it. And one of the things I grew up with was don't use the Lord's name in vain. A post had came across and they were talking about a person and what they were wearing and made a joke out of what they were wearing. And then after that, they stated, God, please help this person get a better pair of XYZ. Now, if it was truly meant in the way that it was written, God help, or, if it was truly that thing, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. But you stated LOL in your post. I think it's hypocritical when you're bringing God into a conversation such as that and you're not really meaning. That is one of the things that people need to watch what they're doing. We live in a world where we've turned these things that are habit in vain, if you think about it. I'm used to hearing people saying Jesus this, Jesus that, God this, God that, and stuff like that, and just in just a general conversation. That habit, if you think about it, if you're not using it with sincerity, you're just throwing it out there to be throwing it out there, you're using it in vain. And then to use it in vain with something that is not of God, something that is demeaning, something that is bad in nature, and you're connecting it with God. We create the storms and then get upset when it rains. You don't need to let everybody in your business. Some people do that. Some people have a habit of doing that, and it's funny that so many posts about, like, for example, oh, I'm in a relationship, me and my baby going to do this, and we're going to do this, and then 2 weeks later, they were just like everybody else, and I don't ever want to be in so and so and so and so, and blah blah blah, and then people respond and people talk about this. Dude, if you stop posting your information and putting it out there, nobody will have any right or say so to jump into your business and get into that situation. If all they're seeing is you going in and out of a relationship, that's what they're going to perceive of you as a person that is presumably sleeping around or not relationship worthy because they keep going in and out of relationship. Why would you want someone to even perceive you in that light? Your actions are putting you in that light that you don't want to be perceived as. We have a habit of doing things, and it's hard for us to break those habits. And pay attention to what you're saying. Pay attention to the people you are talking about, people that you are communicating with, because everybody is not trustworthy. That's a whole nother video. If you watch what you're saying, if you're just conscious of what you're saying, I'm not going to need to say who you're around or who you're with. I'm pretty sure you would watch the words that are coming out of your mouth. There was a time I was back and doing so many things that I no longer do. And I really think about how even back then when I was doing these things, I knew it was utterly wrong. Growing up as kids, we know the bad words. Let's talk about profanity for a second. As kids, you know certain words. Even as adults, we know certain words we aren't going to say around certain individuals. We're not going to say these words in front of a person that was brought up in a strict home or a good home. I'll put it that way. No, they aren't going to say these words no matter how old they get around their parents. They're not going to say these words around the elders. They're not going to say these words in the church. They're not going to say these words in the mosque. They're not going to say these words in any type of place of worship. Even as a child, we know this, and we watch ourselves around our parents, around other people. If we're not going to say them around just the general person or the priest or the teacher or something like this, why would we say them in general? Because we know deep in our hearts, no matter how much it's on TV or how it's in the movies, how many people say it around us, there's something in us that truly knows that these words, these profane words that we use are not what we should be using. The person that finds the words to replace a profane word is the person that's most intelligent. And if anybody knows me, they know me, I'm quick to say, oh, fricker-fracker, or oh, crappers and jelly beans, oh, crappers and honey. Whatever it is, I say it, and I say it with meaning, and people get the gist of what I'm saying and know how upset I am or whatever the case may be. But they also laugh at what I say because it's something unique and it's something that they would never think about. And that little small thing that I say, oh, crappers, had an effect, you know. And just something that small just shows you how big of an influence you have on other people. I guess that's about it for this video. I think I got pretty much everything I wanted to get in there. And I'd like to say thank you again for stopping by. Leave a message, post something down there, please. Send me an email. That information should be in this. It should be sitting right here in my hand. And you can follow me on Twitter by going here. And inshallah, IG, Instagram, you can find me here. May the words that I'm saying inspire people to become a better person. And may Allah bless the words that are coming out of my mouth and bless the ears that are hearing these words. May God not provide to you the bad that I have stated or the incorrect things that I may have stated, but let God bring into your hearts, your mind, and your spirits the things that I have said that are glorifying what He wants us to do here on earth so that we can be with Him in the hereafter. May those words, again, rest deep in your heart, souls, and your mind. And I'm out of here. Thank God I wasn't. Anyway, peace out.